Now let's go live into the solution, the very exciting part. I am super excited to show you this latest module that we have available here from HubDrive, the objectives and key results. So we're just gonna open this up. This, as I said, like it seamlessly fits into the Dynamics 365 business platform. So it goes right into the rest of our solution. Just gonna adjust this here real quick. There we go. Okay, so you open it up. Here are the dashboards. We'll get back to that just in a little bit. I'm logged in as Haley Miller. She is our HR manager here at our fictional company that we use as an example. We'll start over here. So as you can see, here are the strategic goals on the top, then there is the objectives, and underneath the key results. So it's just as we've showed it to you in the PowerPoint presentation, you have your strategic goals here. You can see who owns them. You can see the progress. The confidence, that's another very important thing. We always update, like every Friday, I update how confident I am in reaching each particular key result so that I can sort of get some feedback from our manager, how feasible it is and where we're going and how we are on target on reaching the goals. Now, we have 3 strategic goals here because 3 of them are approved and the last one was just an idea. Next, on the next level, we get to the objectives. Now, this is going to show here my active objectives. So these are all, owner is all Haley Miller here. And you could go ahead and drop down this menu and you can see there are many other things, like you can look at all the active objectives, you can look at all the objectives, the ones for the next quarter, the last quarter, this quarter. So, and whichever you want to set here as a default, you can always totally customize this entire solution yourself. Here we have the goal, increase the number of employees. That's also one we talked about in the example. So we'll just click on the hierarchy here on the left, just to dive into it a little bit deeper. We have here the main goal, increasing the number of the employees. And underneath, you will see these 4 items. And you have 2 visualizations. You have this nice visual over here, as well as this tree here. So you can imagine that if because this is just a demo version, so we have input limited data, but if you have a huge company and you have many goals, this could get very long. So you could close this to make it easier to look. Maybe if there are other goals here, you can look at everything like that. Also, if you click on one of these, it will highlight the corresponding field over here, as well as have some basic information here, like who owns it, how much progress, what it is that we're doing. And here, for example, you can see that this guy, Ethan Carter, he owns 3 of these goals, and Haley Miller owns 1. So this is actually several departments working together, like in our example. So we'll go back to this place right here. So we were looking at the strategic goals. Now we looked at the objectives, including the hierarchy view. And I'm just going to jump right to the key results, which is the smallest unit, so to speak. So here we have set the default to my active key results. So these are Haley Miller's key results, but you could also set something else as a default, all key results for a specific quarter, inactive ones, etc. So let's look at this one. We actually have which year, when we started it, it's all agreed because there's always an agreement from the person who is responsible for the goal. So they really feel like they're participating and have a say in where the company is going. So this one is roll out OKRs for all employees. There's actually 100% process. So Haley has managed to roll out OKRs for all the employees. You see the progress bar right here. She would move this each time she's making progress, as well as the confidence level. So each time Friday comes around, she would update this. It also tells you the objective, which is implementing OKRs for the entire organization. And then this is a primary goal of reaching 30 million euros in sales. And yeah, it's agreed. So it also shows you the date here. And then this is very cool. Like it shows you this chart. Like, so if this wasn't complete yet, you know, you would be over here somewhere. And you could also open this up actually and then see a table. All of these data can basically be displayed in any which way you please. You can even use Power BI in this whole system. So here you can see each date that Haley has updated and how the progress was going. And if you don't like to look at the chart line by line, you can also look at this visual. And as you can see, as I'm hovering over this, it's just very interactive and easy to see. There could be a description here as well. But because she is 100% done with her rollout of OKRs for all employees, we are now going to celebrate this by coming up here and deactivating, because it has been accomplished. So it says status accomplished. You could also say not achieved or canceled. But in this instance, we can celebrate ourselves, or Haley can celebrate herself and her company and her team because she has reached her goal. And that's how you deactivate it. So we'll just have a brief look at the homepage now. This is where you're going to find all the dashboards. It's just processing right now. So the whole system, it's like totally interconnected. And so it basically updated everywhere where this was in. It is now deactivated, and here's read only. So you can't move, like now you can't move the bar anymore because this is done, but it's still saved. So we'll go back to home or the dashboards, which is home. In this case, it's home. So it will take us right there, same thing. These are the overviews. So we have a couple of things here that we want to look at. First, we have the objective global overview. And then we also have the key results global overview. And we'll look at monitoring. So let's start here. Basically, we have the objectives. We have active objectives in this quarter by owner. So you can see how, your people here and how many each of them has assigned to them. And then you can also see the active objectives this quarter by department, for example, as well as just underneath. And of course, if you don't like this view, you can switch it around. You can customize this however you like. So just underneath, we have the objectives. So next quarter, that's what we just put here out of the box. And then that's by owner again, owner. And here for next quarter by department. And then if you go to the key results, you'll see something like a similar view. Here you have the key results this quarter by owner, as well as the active key results this quarter by departments. And you could, open this up and drill down and look at everything like that. So then we go to monitoring. So this is really useful if you have like a manager and he wants to look at how things are going, And for example, this says active key results monitoring ideas started in the past, which is like an interesting way to keep everything transparent and kind of keep track of things, because sometimes you think, oh, that would be a good idea, and then you end up like not doing it. And sometimes this has happened to me in my professional life, like you keep having the same idea and like I don't know, sometimes the institutional memory is gone, so people don't really remember, like we've already talked about and agreed against it. So here you keep track, because all of the ideas that weren't really put into place, maybe we said, oh, let's hold on to this for the future, or maybe we didn't, agree on it for one reason or another. There was some reason why we didn't actually implement the goal. So you could put that in the description, so you don't keep discussing the same thing. You can see there's only 3 here, but this is unlimited, right? So we go back home. Now on the very first landing page here with the objective global view, right? So let's look at one more thing here. If you go down to active objectives this quarter, for example, just to show you like the drill down function for a second. You have everybody's, in this very small company, you have everybody's objectives here. But if you wanted to just look at, for example, Ethan Carter's, just one person, you just go ahead, you click on this, and it just updates here on the right side for you. So it's a little bit easier to sort of look at and not get lost in so much data. This is very easy for you to manage the software. I literally have a liberal arts degree, and I learned to use this program in 3 days. So it's very user-friendly. It's super intuitive. You see the progress right here. You see the parent objective. You see the primary goal. You see the title. You could open up the hierarchy. And as you can see, this little box came up here. So you could, you can even drill this down further. Progress, department, description, created by, created on, etc., as well as the chart type. So if you don't like these kind of charts, you make it a pie chart, whatever you want this to be, you can use it in that way. So that will end for now our live demonstration. We are, of course, looking forward to any and all questions you have. I also just want to briefly show you how that email you would get every Friday is like a friendly reminder. It's a productivity tool from Microsoft where you directly get, this is an actual email here from my manager to your inbox. And look at this, there's hyperlinks in here. So you can just click on the one that you want to update. Takes you right to the program. You can do that in the browser. You could use this whole program in solution in Teams as well. Same functionality. So we are very excited. I hope you are excited too. We are the only ones to offer the OKR for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Platform, totally seamlessly integrated.